So welcome back, learners. We are discussing about the IT applications in power distribution, and in the two sessions we discussed about that power sector in general, the present scenario, and the consumer indexing. In this session we will be discussing about meter reading methodologies, and here with me I have Dr. Saxena. He will continue the discussions on meter reading methodologies. Sir.
Thank you, Dr. Bharadwaj. You see, morning what we have seen in the first session, the power scenario, application areas, the equipments required, the software which is required for monitoring, the consumers, how to tag a consumer so that his information can be stored in the database. Now next thing comes here, how the information on consumers can be captured, and therefore at different locations what we require, putting of equipments so the information on energy flow at various levels, what was discussed in the consumer tagging at the transformer level, at the station level, at the feeder level, at the pole level and the consumer level can be put it, and therefore there is a need of discussion. What are the different types of the meters? What is the various types of the methodologies which are used by the utilities? Now, I am covering this is with respect to India. The most popularly used techniques and methodologies for meter reading in India are 90% is a manual. There are mechanical meters, person visits, takes the reading, take about 30 to 40 days in generating the bill, give 2 weeks time to consumers to deposit the bill. Again, there are a lot of problems in that, which I will discuss when I will come to the manual metering. Another device is reading through the handheld device, which is called HSD. This is used now at least 30% of the utilities, and these devices are also capable of spot bowling, so that whatever reading they takes, they can generate a bill on the spot. There are MRIs, meter reading instruments, which takes the reading of the electronic meters. Then there is a automatic reading called AMR, automatic meter reading. Then radio frequency is the network technology through which the meter reader instrument and the meter talks to each other. There are some other technologies like a smart card, which is used in the other countries, doesn't use due to high cost. That is not used, but this use also has been recommended by in few utilities. Now let me come to the handheld device. It is a very small sleek device which can be programmed. Programming is required for generating of the bill, which has a 4 MB data memory. It has a real-time clock, very lightweight, and it can be just taken by any reader with him. He can take the reading. Very lightweight, high capacity, LCD with backlight, so that whatever reading he is taking, consumer also sees what he has taken, and consumer and the meter reader are on the same platform, so that it is more acceptable. It has a RS-232 interface which is required for communicating from the handheld device to the server where the data is to be downloaded. Installation, confirmation and consumer mapping.
So
And
here in this HHD device, that the whole of the data is fed into that device, and that bill is generated by this device. So is there any connectivity between this device and that database server?
I'm going to cover this point in few other slides. In fact, the entire thing is automated here, but with manual intervention. Now, if manual intervention is removed, certainly this can be more flexible. But this is to start with the best device for revenue collection, for the note collection, reading and generation of the bill. Now, handheld data processing, recording, how it is done. For the purpose of energy audit, all consumers are grouped. Now, a meter inspector has been given that he will take the median of a particular area. This means meter reading wise, this HHD has been customized. Distribution transformer wise, now within a distribution transformer, within a single row or within an area, there are number of handheld device, and one handheld device, how many meters he has to take it, that is also pre-recorded. It means once a handheld inspector, reader inspector, once it want to take a reading, a barking sequence of number is allocated to the handheld device.
Sorry, there was interruption because of power failure. Now, please, Dr. Saxena, continue this discussion.
What we were discussing various meter technologies which can be put at various points from where the consumer is getting the power. Now, out of the one of the devices is the HHD, which is called handheld device, and this handheld device basically being carried out by the meter inspector, and he goes to the home and take the reading. This is also useful for the audit. Now, before the reading is taken, he takes a working sequence is generated from the main computer center of the utility for the number of meters which are to be taken by the meter inspector through a handheld device. And this generating sequence is generated from the server. Now, how to plan and schedule this meter reading? Meters and consumers are connected to a single distribution transformer in a single day. Now, this single day, how many reading has to be taken, it is predefined, and meter reading goes as per this. Now, distribution transformer meter reading is taken twice, morning and afternoon, and mean of the two readings is taking a distribution meter reading, and this is used for energy audit. While actual billing only one reading is sufficient, but two readings are taken for the energy audit if whether a consumer is doing any tampering or mischief on the meter. And this reading, once he takes it here, at least the mistake, the problem what he is creating morning and evening, it can be immediately looked into. Now, what is a base reading? This is another concept which comes here. Base reading is a reading of the source data. Basically, once we say that a handheld device will take so many consumers and read so many consumers, so what it does, from the database which is there in the main server machine, it downloads the meter readings, meter readers, the meters numbers for which a meter reading has to be taken into handheld device. So this is called a base reading. Meter reading is most important input in the revenue management cycle of the power distribution utility, and this data is downloaded from the master database to the handheld device. This meter reading is collected on connected number, name and address of the consumer, meter number, meter reading, consumer category, etc., plus certain taxes which are to be charged in that area on different tariff ranges. Now, next thing comes downloading and uploading of data from the handheld device. So, meter inspector goes house to house, takes the reading, and whatever reading he has taken till evening, or whatever work which have been assigned, either in the evening, basically as per the survey, whatever work he can do within a day, he does it. And this data is downloaded again in the evening. He goes to the main computer room, he connects this handheld device, and data is downloaded to the main server. So metering data is uploaded from the handheld device to the main computer through a meter reading software interface. Data for the next day meter reading again in the evening is given to him. The next day this is the target which is to be given. Now there are two processes here. First process was take a reading in front of the customer. He generates the bill so that bill has been given, and this reading whatever he takes it, this he stores and downloads or uploads into the main server machine. So that way the consumer database which is there, this is already uploaded into database. Now there are certain checks and validation check in storing, downloading or uploading the data in the handheld device. Some of the basic checks, these basic checks which is required for validation are incorporated. For example, next day reading should not be less than the previous day reading. Now there are two issues here. First issue is the meter reading for the billing purpose, which is once in a month. Meter reading for the audit purpose twice in a day, to check the problems which is there. Now, the reading which is accepted by the handler is only if the reading of the entered by the meter reader passes through the validation checks. Otherwise, he puts his remarks, these are the problem he encountered, and this goes there. So somebody who is checking the faults in the meter, or faults in the reading, or faults in the validation checks, or any other type problem, he looks at, and there is a series of a list of about 2 pages on various codes. So what meter reader does in remarks, he take out that code and he puts it. But if he finds that something is not covered in that note, he puts some other remarks. And that can be again used for making some other code on the complaints. If the current meter reading is less than the previous reading, warning is flashed. There is something wrong. The correctness of a meter reading determines the correctness of the bill. Since reading at the premises leads to the reduction in the consumer billing complaints. Since the reading is at premises, it leads to reduction in the consumer billing complaints. Now, reading remarks at the time of entering meter reading is the meter reader also enters his remarks, the capture site of information in respect of the meter. The basic meter is based on the predefined codes, or any of the utility. If they want to put some other codes, this is flexible and he can put it. Now, handheld device for the meter reading. Now, there are number of devices as handheld device. It is not one, because since various utilities, there is no control on the utilities, the way in which they work. Now, they have a given different requirement to the various manufacturers, and therefore handheld device which are manufactured and supplied, these are as per the requirement of the utilities, and there is no standardization for them. Special characteristic of the handheld device vary from manufacturer to manufacturer. Operation features of the handlers are common. They take the reading and they are able to generate the bill as per the categories defined, which is downloaded from the server to the handheld device. There are 3 features commonly available: data download, data upload, and reading. Data download from the server to the handheld device, data upload from handheld device to server. But in this process, the minus point is that he has to go to the user premises and then goes back to the control room to do this. Now, various options are available. For meter reading, he takes the option 3. Otherwise, he can search any of the connection number, meter number, connection number, and if he does not, if he finds there is some other meter which is not entered, he can certainly put his remarks. Now, next thing comes here. This was the manual handheld device, then automatic reading. The AMR means, as the name suggests, automatic meter reading system, which takes the reading from the static electronic meters installed at the consumer premises, employing the appropriate communication technology. It means once you are saying it is automatic, how you are doing different than the handheld device. There are again 3 categories of the AMR. Number 1, what we call walk-by, where a meter communicates with a handheld device carried by a meter reader. After the communication is established, the data is downloaded in the handheld device. From handheld device is downloaded to the host computer system at the utility office. Now, if the system has to download or upload the data, you require a communication equipment, communication technology, and therefore it is driven by the wireless medium. It can be GSM, it can be RF. The instrument is mounted on a vehicle. As the vehicle passes through the colony on a predefined road, the readings are already collected in the system as per the fixed network what he is using. A connectivity established between the meter and the base station of the computer. As it moves by, Once the connectivity is established with the meter on a scheduled basis, data is downloaded to the base computer as the system moves. Now connectivity can be through the landline, can be radio frequency through GSM. Landline is not possible because basically it is moving. So landline is not possible, you must have some antenna or something, and this antenna must be there on the meter also so they can talk to each other. Now benefits of the AMR, all the static meter installed at the consumer end capture data in the form of a cumulative data useful for the billing. Profile data useful for the load surveys, exchange data. Events data, log of the various abnormal events. Now in this process when the vehicle is moving, when it is taking reading, there may be certain problems, there may be certain interruption, and a system generates a log of the problems encountered, and these problems are looked by the vigilance section for their business monitoring. Common meter reading instrument, there is one of the other thing which is which helps it in this AMR. Monthly meter readings for the billing purpose are carried out by the CMRI. Now in this process no man is required. Reduction in the meter reading inspector, no travel, saving on the seal of the sale and the stationaries, faster meter reading to cash realization, improve cash flow, improves vigilance, further improving revenue. The hardware required for the AMR meters, modems, GSM modems, high gain antenna, 6 kV surge protected power supply, common optical port, and IP55 rugged ABS enclosure. Networking technologies, you can use one of them. Again, it is vendor specific. You can use the public switch network or wireless. You can even use the mobile, WLL, GSM cell phone. We use the technology CDMA, code division multiple access. Dedicated radio link. Dedicated radio link, in this the antenna and the vehicle has to be certain limited distance, then only it will work. Again there are certain problems when antenna should be intact on the meter, then this will be taken. If there is some problem, certain that meter will not be taken. Dedicated radio link used for the mission critical meterings. Now basically this link is used for the customers whom the SEV gets 80% of the revenue, because the larger customer they put this one, other customer in fact basically same thing should be used for all customers. Then summation of meters, remote metering. Now this will help it, first of all the manpower you will reduce, time you will spend, 1 month time which is used in the current system for the metering, that will be reduced. Networking technologies, you can use the fiber optics, coaxial cable. This option used for the substation monitoring. Earlier we were talking on the consumers, now I am talking of the substation monitoring. Use when the data display is large enough to justify the cost. Infrastructure to set it at the office headquarters. Exclusive workstation for the AMR, high speed computers, server, UPS and workforce. Spot billing, this is the most important. It has in fact revolutionized the system. There are certain plus point and minus point. Let me talk the plus point first. The meter agent visits the customer premises, record the reading of the consumer meter, issues the bill on a spot using the handheld device. Many utilities are using this. In fact, this has been started, more than 50% utilities now using this. Now simulator generate bill online. Simulator is another computer. This is a part of the handheld device. It generates the bill online for collection of the revenue. Now spot billing process. An effective metering system, billing system, improve the cash flow, make the process customer centered. Since it is everything is done in front of the customer and he gets a bill also there, customer is satisfied. helps the integrating the various activities being handled by the several people at multiple location into a single window operation. If every person has to come and download the information, again server should be fast, it should be able to take care of all the meters when coming back. Now advantages. User is satisfied as meter reading and the billing has been done with accurate meter reading in his presence, but leads to a much greater revenue collection efficiency and better decision system. Intangible transparency and provides better customer service. Reduction in customer complaints, time delay and reduction after billing. The information is fed into server on the same day. In fact, the entire thing has been done in a single day, and therefore the handheld device is much better way in getting the information of the customer. Now, minus point is some of the information, some of the money, some of the revenue is also collected in the form of from the customers. Now, how this has been is this money is going to the utility, and there is a lot of delay in money getting to a utility, and that is the one of the minus point which has to be tackled by the utility. And therefore, there is another system which is called revenue realization monitoring system. How the revenue which is realized from the customers should be available to the utility. Now, simulator and spot billing machine. Now, the spot billing is coming through a computer which is called a simputer. Simputer is one of the simple computer. Simputer means simple and computer. This is simputer. It can hold lakhs of the consumer data. It is a full-featured handheld computer. The hardware and software can easily be customized. Simulator has a 32 MB RAM. It can be extended to even 1 GB by using a thumb size flash stick. Storing technology is of two types. Technology 1, simulator is taken to the user premises. When meter reading is fed into simulator, it processes reading, generate bill, reads the bill at customer premises. Technology 2, the bill engine is at the central location. Meter reading enters reading into the simulator. The simulator sends the reading to the computer. Computer processes it, generate the bill and send back to simulator. It means entire processing not done in the simulator, it is done at the main computer center. The generated bill is sent back to the simulator for printing at the customer premises. Conventional method, you already know. I just repeat so that you can have a comparison. Meter reading bears the doorstep. He has been given 20 to 30 days time to complete all the locality. Sometime he takes the reading, or sometime he just copies the reading of the previous month. Reading takes 7 to 10 days time in completing the process. 10 days have been given to him: bill collection, reading, bill processing, bill extraction, bill printing, and consumers are given 8 to 14 days. The entire this process takes 30 days to 45 days. Now, improvement in billing cycle due to the spot billing. All the activities pertaining to recording of the meter reading, correction of the exception reading cases, bill processing, bill extraction, bill printing and hand over the bill to the customer is completed in one step, and you save about 20 to 30 days of the time. In fact, the 20 to 30 days time has been reduced to 0. As the reading of the meter is conducted at the site and bill is generated to the spot through, so at least the satisfaction of the as per the customer. Now the next phase starts on the payments. Now, when these handheld devices are taken in the rural areas where you don't have the main branch, there are small counters have been opened by the banks. Money is taken. Money cannot be directly deposited here. There are certain standard pro forma as per the tariff policy within each of the state. The person who is collecting the data, either the employee of the department or the outsourced person, he has to enter the data in that pro forma. He goes to the again to the subdivision headquarters where he has to make the data entry of this one. Once the data is entered into the system, then it is to be transferred to the division. Division person compiles it for all subdivision. It goes to the circle, and from circle it goes to the utility headquarters. On the other hand, data what is collected at the subdivision level in the performa, it is sent back to the branch of the bank. Each utility has a specialized, a particular bank through which the revenue has to be collected, and once the revenue goes to this one, now the whatever money amount which has come, it is irrespective of the customers, but it is as per the collection done on a single day by a particular official. And therefore, what information this sub-branch, this sub-branch of the bank is sending to branch, again a bit pieces of information which goes there. The money is stuck in the sub-branch which is not connected to the main branch. It itself takes time for sending money from the sub-branch to the branch, and from the branch it goes to the main bank, and from main bank when it goes to the utility headquarters, there is already gap of about 1 month, and this lakhs of rupees which is collected from the all the places, this money is stuck, and that is what we call revenue realization. So there has to be a system how this money can be collected in a faster way.
And I think the solution for this is online payment.
No, not online payment. You cannot do online payment because the reason is in the villages you don't have the facility.
Yeah, of course.
Even in the cities, people are scared of using the credit card.
Yes.
There are so many scams are coming, and therefore there are certain online payments method, but has to be taken care of how this money can be realized.
So thank you, Dr. Saxena. We will continue our discussions in the next session on this particular topic, which is on 10th. And on 10th, learners, you will be introduced with another set of our experts. Mr. R.C. Dhoop and his team will be here on 10th of June for further discussions relating to this topic. We come to the end of this session today. And as you know, tomorrow we will be discussing about the energy conservation. Dr. Ajay Mathur and his team will be here from Bureau of Energy Efficiency. So we will tomorrow at 9 o'clock we will meet along with our experts, and you will be there. So thank you for patience listening and your support. Thank you.